Thanks for joining us today on our episode of Local Business Insiders. Today our special guest is Jaime Ojeda with ADA Compliance Info. Jaime is a legal compliance specialist, and today he's here to talk to us about why it's so important that local business websites are ADA compliant. So Jaime, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Richard. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. So can you tell us, first of all, what is ADA?
Well, that's a good question. ADA stands for Americans with Disabilities Act. And that is basically a law that went into effect in 1990, where businesses have to take people with disabilities into account so that when they visit the business, you're taking care of them. For example, I don't know if you've noticed, like most businesses that you go to, they have like a wheelchair accessible ramp. They have like the wheelchair paintings on the floor, like for the doors that are closest to the doors. And even like in the bathrooms, like they have the handlebars in the bathrooms and things like that. And all that was enacted thanks to the ADA Act of 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Interesting.
However, the interesting thing is, it's kind of taken a turn now to where even a business's website has to be ADA compliant. Basically now how it works is, since some people that are visiting the internet and are visiting your website could be blind, could even be deaf, or partially blind, partially deaf. Well, when they visit your website and they're having issues navigating around it, being able to see the font clearly or being able to hear the website read to them, then that creates a problem. And if the website is not talking to them, then they can feel discriminated and can actually contact an attorney that your website is not ADA compliant, and then you'll be getting a big lawsuit. And when we're talking about big lawsuits, I mean, most companies, they don't want to go through court and litigate because their chances of winning an ADA allegation are very slim. So they normally settle for anywhere between $9,000 and $22,000. That's like the average settlement, and it could be way more than that. But like I said, it's not something you want to play around with, because if your site is not ADA compliant, you're basically discriminating against those people that have those impairments, those disabilities.
Well, Jaime, it's really interesting because I know that the reason we contacted you was we saw a video where that was on the news of somebody sued like tons of businesses. So if our viewers are interested in getting an audit, are audits free? Can they just get them from anywhere, or do they cost money, or how does that work?
That's a very good question. And the answer is, most of the time, no. Most of the time when you contact someone who is an ADA specialist, such as myself, right? We normally charge anywhere from $500 to $2,000 to audit the site to make sure that it is ADA compliant. And that's because it does take a lot of work. We have to look at a lot of details on the site to make sure that the website is going to talk to that blind person or deaf person that is visiting the website. And so if any of your viewers want to we have a system that they can visit our website at adacomplianceinfo.org. That's adacomplianceinfo.org. And once you get there, there's a little form where you can enter in your website URL. Simply enter your website URL, then click on the button that says check site, and it's going to run a test on your site, and it's going to make a scan and let you know immediately if the site has any issues that you have to worry about. If it is not ADA compliant, it's going to tell you. And normally the issues are rated by A, AA, and AAA. So if you have any AAA issues, it means that it's like really, really the red zone. So you have to fix those issues that come up, or else you are at risk of getting sued. And for your viewers, any of them that want to run the test, they can actually just go to our site, like I mentioned, and we're going to be running those audits totally free for your viewers. Okay, so we're going to be waiving that $500 fee that we normally bill, or that we normally charge to run an ADA audit. So have your visitors visit the sites, and if they come directly from your show, they're going to be getting that audit totally free.
That is fantastic news. So the website, one more time, adacomplianceinfo.org. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, not .com, .org.
Yes, that's it.
Jaime, it has been a blast having you here. I mean, you actually taught me something. I'd heard a little bit about this, but I wasn't quite sure how it worked and why it was a problem for businesses. So we really appreciate your expertise, and we hope to have you back in the future.
It was a pleasure being here, Richard, and thanks again for the opportunity to speak to your viewers.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Are you looking for some help about the information you just heard? Well, today's expert can be reached at the number on your screen. See you again soon.